35 years. I'm really doing one-of-a-kind jewelry, and the majority of the time, the mine finds that you see on the show, it's the first time they've ever been shown. I think what really our edge is, I know exactly the story. That's what people love. They love the uniqueness of the materials that we find, but they love knowing that they're going to have a piece of jewelry that they're not going to see on everybody. Got heavy again.
Oh, well, it's always so fun when our resident globe-exploring rock expert, Jay King, is here, and this is the last of the visit for the year. He's only got one more show tonight. We have year-end specials for you. Of course, when you're looking for gems that tell a story, you've tuned in at the right time. Here's a 5 and 5, over 50% off everything. So we're gonna get started with a bold pop of juicy, beautiful color with the Red Sea bamboo coral pendant and beaded necklace. Jay, this is an opportunity because you can't even get a pendant in your handcrafted collection for this price. Today you get both pieces.
Okay, and I will say this blanket about 5 and 5. Okay, number one, you're not going to see any of these designs. There's not a single design that you're going to see in this 5 and 5 that you could actually, as the manufacturer, okay, and I am the manufacturer, I make it from the ground up, that you can build any of these and sell it for that price.
That's
They're
right.
all below cost. In most cases, you can't even buy the rough stock, the rough materials, the raw goods to make it for what we're selling it for.
Prices.
This, you can't go wrong with this. This is red coral. It's that cherry red. It's a power color. I got to tell you, if you ever see like politicians, they're always wearing a red tie, or they got a red necklace on, right? That's because it's a power color.
It is available for you in limited quantities. We move into this gorgeous 3-strand bead necklace of obsidian and 7 Peaks turquoise, $74.90, down from $150, Jay. That is, of course, 50% off. Pretty great.
Yeah, and it's actually more turquoise. The obsidian is just all of that is all turquoise. You just see the spacer beads, the black spacer beads between the turquoise.
Right there, right?
That's the only thing that's obsidian. The rest of that necklace, think about 3 strands of turquoise. What would you pay for 1 strand of turquoise? And that's all turquoise, except for the obsidian spacer beads that you can see in between. They're really bright. And you've got, actually, there's 2 different kinds. There's 7 Peaks there, but there's also some Hubei in that.
Now, that is 18 inches in the length with a 2 3/4 inch extender. Remember, these are all handcrafted. These all have sterling silver findings, and it is 5-star rated. Remember, there's only one price to ship your entire Jay King collection, so you'll only pay $5 to ship, and now is the time to add up, to stock up, and collect these gorgeous pieces. So we move on to number 3. What a beautiful, fresh, contemporary collection. It's malachite and lapis. Talk about beautiful, bold color, huh?
Yeah, and these, you know, the reason that we're doing on 5 and 5, this went with an ensemble, right? We sold out on the necklace, we sold out on the cuff. We have very few of the earrings left. We have very few of the rings. But here again, this is all part of a gallery collection. So when I designed this and we first made this, it was all part of something what we call the gallery, where we don't repeat on them, but it's things that you would actually see. If you went out to New Mexico, you went out to Santa Fe, if you went to Sedona, if you went to Scottsdale, if you went to Vail, Aspen, places like that, and you go into these little shops, these galleries where you have one-of-a-kind artists, these are the kind of designs that you'd be looking at, these kind of really fresh, contemporary type looks. This is beautiful Congolese malachite, and of course that wonderful grade A, AA lapis from the Hindu Kush region of Afghanistan.
So they are really beautiful, very easy and lightweight to wear. Of course, those are all natural colored stones, no dyeing, no process there. Of course, that's why they're 5-star rated. And by the ring is in sizes 5 through 12. Number 4, with a $370 appraisal value, we've got it at 50% off. You are not only getting a gorgeous strand of turquoise, but you're getting the pendant as well.
That's probably a better shot there. I think they have the lights off in there.
Well, you saw that, right?
Yeah,
I was like, why does it look great?
That looks great. So anyway, yeah, that's really kind of how it looks right there. This is Azure Peaks. This is a Mongolian turquoise in the earring, and if you see this nice high blues, look at the back of this and how it's finished. These are one-of-a-kind designs. They're all individually handcrafted. They're created from sterling silver sheet material by our silversmiths. Everything is hand cut right from the natural rough material. This material, there's no color enhancement to or anything. This is a turquoise that comes out of a very small deposit in Mongolia.
18 inches in the necklace with a 2 3/4 extender. Of course, you get the pendant included. You can
which is
remove
removable.
that. Yeah. All sterling silver, 50% off. Those are still available for you, very limited quantities. We did have the stud earring to match as well. Number 5, this is a rare, gorgeous treat. And if you love bold gemstones, you know carnelian is usually orangey or terracotta, right? Very
This is a strawberry color.
Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Like
and this is a natural carnelian, 8 strands. So you could torsade this, or it's already pre-made. I mean, can you imagine? This is a great base piece. This is something that you can layer with if you want to layer with it. It's a standalone if you just want a standalone piece. But what makes this so unique and so different is the fact that the color of it's a natural carnelian from South Africa, and it's this color. Very seldom you see carnelian, a true carnelian's that's this color.
So collectible. By the way, $100 off our HSN price. It is absolutely gorgeous. 8 strands for you to go ahead and play with and fill in that neckline. It's item 585771. And by the way, look at the appraisal value, which that's the lowest price we get back, Jay. It was $265 from 3 independent appraisers. That's the lowest we got back. So what a collectible
And I will say this,
piece.
we get 3 appraisals, and even the lowest appraisals on these usually are, in my opinion, in a lot of cases, they're so low that there's no way that you could ever find them for that.
That's right. So we are
This
moving
is totally
in.
cool. Brand new mine find from Madagascar.
How cool is this? So it's tourmaline quartz pendant and the beaded necklace to go with. Of course, all sterling silver findings on that. The pendant is removable, and I love when you include both. But look at these rare, gorgeous colors. Very pretty, very refreshing, and very year-round, right, Jay?
Okay, what makes this so unique and so different, though, you know, like I literally traveled the world. If you think about this, I've been doing this for 42 years. And in 42 years, this is a brand new material that we found. You know, when I go out on my trips, I'm literally in shock when I go out and then I come back and I found something that's brand spanking new. Because you would think by now I would have seen it all. I mean, I can't even imagine when I see something new. This comes out of Madagascar, and this is what's so unique and different about it. It's actually a quartz, and then it's got natural tourmaline crystals growing through it. Now, the dark reds on this is actually, it's kind of funny because this is the Madagascar story. You've got the beautiful reds and stuff. You do have some red accent beads, and you can see right there, that is rhodonite garnet. Okay, so that comes out of Madagascar, and that's the most expensive garnet that I'm aware of, garnet rough that you can buy. It's the rhodonite garnet. It's got that deep, deep, deep red color, and we did use it, a few beads, just as accent pieces to kind of break this up. But if you like new, if you like different, if you really like the mine finds, things that you're just not going to see, and you have to understand, there is no tourmaline quartz mine, okay? These guys go out, these are basically rock hounds, okay? They find small surface deposits. I've never seen this material before. We used up every single bit of the rough that we got. There wasn't a large amount of this, but I just think it has so much character. It's so unique, it's so different, and it really tells the story. And what's really cool about Madagascar, in fact, we're hoping to, you know, it's kind of tough to take a film crew there because kind of situations that are, you know, kind of happen. But eventually what I want to do, and I'm hoping to in 2019, is actually where we can go and we can do some filming and maybe kind of show everybody kind of, you know, kind of how this is harvested and where you look. Well, just to kind of see how it really, the reality of it. And Madagascar right now, you wouldn't believe the mineral wealth that they're finding. It's all kinds of crazy things that are coming out of there right now. All kinds of semi-precious, precious stones are coming out. It's just crazy. And the only thing I've never seen is they don't have penguins.
By the way, one of my favorite movies for kids.
Well, you know what's so funny though is like, everybody, there are people that actually, how they decided that it was going to be penguins in Madagascar is kind of far-fetched because they got, you know that almost all the plants in Madagascar are only exclusive to Madagascar.
Is that right?
All the birds, with the exception of just a very few, are exclusive just to Madagascar. The same thing with reptiles. They only find them in Madagascar. So why you would choose penguins. I'm not really sure.
The entire assortment.
Yeah, everything you could choose from.
If you are a lover of purples and lavenders and those beautiful regal tones, you've got to have this. You get the single strand of those smooth, hand-polished, hand-cut beads, all done with the sterling silver findings. You're also getting the pendant. And essentially, take a look at the appraisal value. So rare, so unique, so different and new. A very fresh and artistic take on this gorgeous gemstone. Look at the appraisal. $300 was the lowest price we got back on this exhibit quality piece. So if you want it, a lot of different ways to wear. Of course, you can wear that strand on its own, and it's absolutely gorgeous and stunning. You can pop that pendant on. You can go ahead and pop that pendant on a leather cord, on a satin ribbon. But I love when you give us both pieces and at a price like this. Normally, just a pendant would be this price,
well,
right?
And here again, you know, you have a really exceptional, for people who haven't shopped with us and really don't know what we do, we have a niche business. I mean, we work directly from the rough material. Everything's done from scratch. Everything's done under our roof, as far as all of our lapidaries work just for us. All of our silversmiths, which are key. We have a huge amount of silversmiths which are trained old school. And then we work from the natural rough material. And here's what we do. We bring it directly here. There's no middlemen, and that's why you're seeing this kind of quality and this kind of value.
It's so exciting. And by the way, it's item 641105 on that 18-inch strand with the extender and the 2¼ pendant. You're looking at Lynn, looking ravishing, and she's got the matching earrings on. It's a beautiful little drop earring, pierced with the clutch back, very easy to wear. Final 200 left, Jay, on that earring. But I did want to tell you something, because we started off so quickly with the 5 and 5. Please remember, this is Jay's end of year visit. So end of year sales. Everything Jay King is on 5 monthly payments, and that's on any debit or credit card. So you can break your beautiful purchases down. Think ahead, think for yourself. Maybe you shop for everybody else for the holidays, and now you're treating yourself to something special. You'll only pay 1 shipping fee. It's just $5 to ship all your Jay King pieces. So stock up today. Now, I'm excited about this one, because who do you know that has a golden heart? I mean, it literally looks like a heart of gold. You're getting an amber heart pendant. Amber's such a beautiful story behind that. And then you're getting the braided leather cord on this one, Jay. How fun and exciting. I know this is getting harder and harder to source that rare amber.
Okay, you know what makes this, I also have a cross that we did in this. These are 3-dimensional. If you look at this, look at the, if you go to the side of it, look at the chunk of amber that we used, right? This is no little small tchotchke piece of amber. Here's, I want to just kind of give everybody an idea. Like, I don't know if you, this is the amber that this is cut from. Can you show that?
I'm going to show that. Take a look.
Okay.
And that's a great shot, too, by
you
the
look
way.
at, that's the natural rough. This is kind of like the average size. You know, a big piece that we get might be like that, right?
Right.
So look at the size of this heart, okay? So we have to use all of the large pieces, because it has to be, whatever you're cutting has to be bigger. Do you also see, they don't come nice and flat, or like where you do it like where you slice it like bread, right? This is, you know, you've got to cut around the rough material.
Look how beautiful that
It
is.
has so much character. And I got to tell you, this is really a classic look. You can wear this on a collar. It does come with that braided leather cord, which is an Italian leather. So you don't, it's all got, it doesn't, they don't use tannic acids with it. They do it all with natural, like vegetable dyes. It's all organic, so you don't have to worry about everything tarnishing on you and the problems that you have normally with leather,
That's right.
So it comes with a 2¾ extender, so it's fully functional the way you show it. But if you have, it's got a big enough bail on it that if you have a card, or if you got an Omega, or if you got whatever you want to put it on. But this is really truly a statement piece, something simple, but something that you can accessorize with. It's a great standalone piece, but it also would be a marvelous thing where you could kind of mix, match, you know, maybe stack with it.
It's a giant heart of gold, like
just
a golden
really, really
heart.
focal point.
And amber's so fascinating and interesting. You know, I remember as a child when you'd go to the museum, they'd talk about amber, how it's basically a little snapshot of history and time. Well, I mean, this is really neat.
Well, this comes from the Ukraine. We've only had, we developed this source about 3 years ago. It took us about 1.5 years before we actually really started getting the rough material from the first time that we started negotiating with them. Amber, here's what's happening. you know, ambers, you know, this particular amber, you know, they date it to 30 to 50 million years old.
Oh my gosh.
They get it out of a swamp in Ukraine where they actually go through it, they blast. They either use pressure, water pressure with a high pressure water pumps, or they use air pressure. They walk and they blow it off the bottom of it's kind of a swampy area, and then they have got, you know, the amber's lighter than water. So what happens is they go around, these guys go around with nets, and then they net it up and then take it to high ground. And so they gather. It's a really kind of a new process. The Baltic amber they dive for in the Baltic Sea. This is actually a whole different way that they're mining and harvesting it.
Gosh, it's
so it's pretty unique. We are getting some amazing, we're getting some amazing rough out of it, but they don't have any butterscotch. But they've got all the different colors besides butterscotch.
I do have to give you fair warning. People are loving this one. It will sell out. And because it's on 5 Flex, you can get it home on any credit card for $23 and change. Remember, you are only paying 1 shipping fee for all J. King, so it's $5 to ship all your J. King creations and treasures. This is an opportunity buy when it's something so rare and beautiful and so easy to wear. I mean, look at that. It looks like stained glass and all that golden light shining through. It is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah,
Jay.
and here again, this is brand new. And here again, just keep in mind that that's kind of like an average size of the amber. If you turn around, you can see the bark. See where it was like the bark of the tree?
That's right, that's right.
Is that cool or
Isn't
what?
that cool?
I mean, and all kinds of stuff. I've got specimens in my showcase. I've got like a prehistoric scorpion.
Oh, I was gonna say, you got anything
I've got
trapped in
leaves.
there?
I got all kinds of stuff. I got some bugs. I have something that looks like a wasp, but it's like a prehistoric wasp. It's like huge. So you'll find all kinds of things. They found that over 1,500, think about this, how crazy, and this is just insects. They found over 1,500 just insects that are extinct, but they're showcased in amber. So they existed back then, but they're extinct now. They're not on the planet Earth anymore. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, it's
so
it's like snapshot of time.
It's almost like a time capsule, historic time capsule.
Oh, you can add this to your collection, and we are very close to selling out. It's item 639953. It is your sterling silver amber heart pendant. It does come with the leather cord.
Okay, we got
a
these
little
on
shot
.com.
there it is.
There's its sister. So we did a cross, which is 3-dimensional, and we did the heart. You just got to see the heart. Okay, nobody else has had the privilege of seeing that. This is a cross. There's not a lot of those left, but that if you want a cross, and I designed that, it's really contemporary, and it's huge. It's as big as the heart. It's a great, big, massive piece of amber.
At 70 remaining. We have the final 70, so if you'd like that, remember you can always shop hsn.com, see J. King's entire collection. We are moving on to the always mysterious, beautiful, alluring smoky quartz, and look at the size of these beads on this single strand, all hand cut, hand polished, faceted, so they catch light so beautifully. And Jay, down from $94, we've got it at $79.90. 5 Flex means I can get this home for $15 and change.
And this is okay. Smoky quartz. It's you know, one of the colored quartzes. Just so everybody realizes, like amethyst colored quartz, citrine colored quartz, peridot colored quartz, right? Strawberry quartz, rose quartz. Those are all colored quartzes. Here's the thing with smoky quartz. Believe it or not, I know where a lot of this material, especially when I used to go to South America a lot, and I used to hang out in Brazil, Uruguay. I used to see this material constantly. We were down there usually buying amethyst, but they would bring this. This is probably one of the more expensive colored quartzes. And the reason I never really played with it before was for the fact that it was so expensive. I really never could give anybody what I considered a really good value. And so I kind of stayed away with it. This material right here is a purchase I made 2 years ago. Actually, it's getting close to almost 3 years that I bought it. So I'm running out of this material. You're seeing designs that I cut 6 months ago, right? So right now, I'll do an inventory here in January, but I would bet we're down to maybe a couple 100 kilos left of this material. So in 2019, you're not going to see a lot of smoky quartz.
Yeah, and all of its natural, beautiful color, Jay. It's always alluring. And the size of those beads, to get a strand like that, with that size, by the way, 18 inches in the length, 2.5-inch extender on that, all that faceting, it looks like it's lit up, like it's electric. Look how pretty
and this is brand new. We're showing it for the very first time of the event. And so we always save things, just so you know. So I know that like a lot of people, they go, oh, well, I've already seen everything. Well, no, okay.
Isn't that nice?
We save everything. Well, we save things for Leslie and everything because we don't want people to be upset, right? You don't want people upset.
And for the Sunday shopper, you know, we're so grateful you're spending a little piece of your Sunday afternoon with us. This is $79.90 on a holiday price. It is so elegant and beautiful and appropriate for all occasions, whether you're dressed casually or you're really dressed to the nines the way our lovely Lynn looks today. If you want it very, very limited, as you can imagine, with the size of those smoky quartz, the fact that they're natural color, I mean, they are beautiful. It's item 639955. Catherine, do we have time to pick up the phone? Hey, Stephanie is calling us from California. Hi, Stephanie, welcome in. It's Jay's last visit of the year.
Hi, Jay. Hi, Leslie. So good to talk to both of you.
Ah, lovely to talk to you.
I have a lot of, Jay, your turquoise necklaces. Turquoise is my favorite.
Well, then we have a lot in common.
I have a couple of the 36-inch ones. They're just lovely. But I turned on the TV, and when I saw the amber heart pendant, that did it. I love amber.
Oh, it's so hard to get.
And that has got to be the most beautiful piece I've ever seen, so I cannot wait to get it.
And it's massive when you actually open it up and see, and you look how big. And you know, when I actually designed those, I designed the cross and I designed the heart. And when I did that, I made them to scale. When I did my drawing, my first initial sketch, I'll never forget because I gave it out to the floor. I said, okay, you know, this one I cut. It took them about 15 minutes. They came back and they said, you're not serious about this size, right? And they said, you want us to scale this down, right? And I said, no, that's what I want.
That's what I want.
And they said, oh my gosh, you know, we're only going to have maybe 5%, and then it's this big.
Because Jay and Stephanie, it's about 2 inches.
That's your signature, Jay, big and bold.
Yes.
Anyway, Jay, I just want to tell you that, you know, in watching you over all these years and buying your jewelry, I have learned so much about gemstones, and, you know, especially coming from you, you know, everybody, we all trust you, and you're so knowledgeable, and I just thank you for all of that because I have really learned a lot, too.
Well, thank you. That's very kind of you.
Enjoying your pieces. So listen, Jay, you keep up the good work, and always fun to watch you and wear your jewelry, and have a very beautiful, happy, and blessed New Year.
Beautiful message.
Same to you.
Stephanie, thank you so much.
Yeah, let's all work them in 2019, and I'm being very positive about 2019. We're going to roll.
Year. Stephanie, thank you for that wonderful call.
Thank you so much.
We so appreciate you calling in.
I love the fact you love the heart.
Yeah, and you know what? It's a golden heart. I mean, what more beautiful and symbolic? We're in this beautiful smoky quartz bead strand, 18 inches in the length, appraised modestly at $145. You're getting that beautiful, elegant strand, all, you know, hand cut, hand faceted to get the maximum sparkle. It is always elegant and beautiful and sophisticated, and it's very alluring. So $15.98. If you're just tuning in, remember all J. King. These are the year-end specials. It's all on 5 FlexPay. FlexPay's for everybody on any credit card or debit card. You can break your purchase down into monthly payments, which means you can treat yourself to a little something today, and you'll only pay 1 shipping fee, $5 to ship all your J. King. So sit back, relax, enjoy a couple of hours with us. If you're loving this one, it's $639,955. Remember, once you pay that 1 shipping fee, that's it. Smooth sailing for any of your J. King treasures. I hope you treat yourself today. 639-955 is your item number. We see you, Wanda. We're gonna head out to you in just a moment. Wanted to show you a quick little look. This is the amber pendant that Stephanie picked up today. Catherine, are we showing? How many? Oh, it's gone. It's gone.
Oh, cool.
You got it right on time,
glad you got it,
Stephanie.
then.
I mean, it is big. And would you say it's like about 2 inches?
At least.
Wide? Yeah.
It's big enough that they came back in and they were just saying, that literally, they told me, they said, beautiful. This isn't to scale, correct?
Because we know you like big and bold, but
my thing is go big, go home. I mean, if you see anything in my life, right, you can always tell that I like things, you know, I like them to be seen. I don't, you know, I don't like them to, you know, where you have to go really, really, you know, strain your eyes.
Well, you know, you're certainly going to notice this one because this is, yes, Jay's favorite. It's turquoise, and then it's accented with these stations of spiny oyster. But if you come in really close, when you think these are all hand cut and hand polished,
yeah, if you go in really tight, I'll show you something.
That is to do, Jay.
Yeah, if you go in tight, and I'll show you how you can tell things are hand done. Do you see that? Okay. All right, now see, they're all not perfect, right?
That's right.
As far as, if you look at the width of the Hishi beads, do you see how some are fatter?
That's right.
Some are thinner? Well, that's because they're all cut from natural rough nuggets. And so what they do, you know, this is the very first thing I ever made as when I started my business.
One of your very first
Yeah, this look is the first thing we used to do. If you, I'm 62, so anybody who's out there from my generation, we all know that when we were in college, right, there wasn't a single guy or girl out there that wasn't wearing one of these around their neck, right?
Hishi beads, yeah.
In fact, I have some of my original ones when they wanted, they wanted to see some of my first artwork. I have a turquoise one of these that I wore, literally, I bet I wore it for 10 years.
Cool.
And I still had it. I couldn't believe that I still had it.
But inspired on the old school,
well, this
beautiful
is okay.
collection.
But if you think about this never goes out of style,
You're right?
And
Classic.
even now, and you can throw a pendant on this. But even as a guy now today, especially, you know, I live numerous places, but you know, this is something. If you're out in the Southwest, if you live by the beach, especially, this really just you'll see a lot of people that this fits in with. And here again, you know, anybody can wear this. It's just really kind of a cool look.
The colors are beautiful. Remember, that's all natural color.
And that's all, yeah, we haven't changed thing, and it's all real turquoise, and then the spiny oyster, the little orange accents, that's all spiny, and it could be red or purple. In this case, it's purple.
You see that? And you never know which one you're gonna get, right? No two will ever be alike. That's right. So it's very exciting. This one particularly is a 4.7-star customer pick. If you have the opportunity to pick this up today, you scored, because it's $100 off our appraised value. Remember, that was the lowest price we got back. It is so special and hard to do with this perfection to cut those Hishi beads. Not an easy feat. So what a fun little piece to own. All natural color. It's item 600133. It is 18 inches in the length with the 2 3/4 inch extender. We have time to say hi to Wanda J. So let's head to our phone lines again. Wanda's calling us from Washington. Hi, Wanda. Welcome.
Oh, Wanda,
we just lost Wanda. She's probably ordering more stuff. Everything is so good.
I'm sorry.
Wanda, if you have a moment,
I know.
call us back.
You know, we can only go to break every now and then. So I really appreciate that people call in. I'm sorry if we didn't get to you in time.
Yeah, well, Wanda, please call us back, or maybe she just went to keep shopping, but we love to hear from you. It's very special when you can own a piece like this, Jay, and that's why we've been shopping with you for over 20 years.
Well, yeah, to be 24 years in 2019 in October, 24, which is amazing for the Mind Find show, and that's because we have dedicated, loyal viewers that really do, I think, appreciate what we do and appreciate the art that our artists are able to provide. I will tell you a funny story on this is when I went back and you know, and I was going back, they were wanting, we were doing this photo shoot on some of my original designs and things like that. And so I went back and I found kind of like my little treasure chest of things that you know, that I knew that are some of the original things I had and wore that were personal items. But in that trunk, I also found some of these turquoise strands, these Hishi strands, and they had the old prices on them, retail. And they were a lot more than this. Some of them, we were selling them back then for, okay, and this is in the 70s, and we were selling them for $200 and $300.
I believe that.
So, I mean, you know, like, if you think about it, and that's in the 70s, that was a lot of money back then. But for the really nice, I had some really beautiful turquoise, like, that was real expensive turquoise, and I still had those. But you know, they still had the tags on them. They were kind of faded, but they still had my original tags on them. And literally, they were you know, a couple $100. You know, some of them like were $300.
Well,
but they were premium turquoise. They were absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, and we have such an appreciation not only for how difficult it is to do this, but to think that hand cut to make them fit so beautifully, where you get that slick feel of the Hishi beads or the Hishi beads. It's a huge customer pick. These is Azure Peaks turquoise. Plus the spiny oyster.
Okay, Azure Peaks, and that's Mongolian, and then the spiny oyster comes out of Silla Cortez, which is the Baja Peninsula of Mexico. What makes this so unique and so different, and I was showing you on the Hishi beads, what they do is they take the nugget flats, and they, you know, so you saw that, and they make like these little cubes, but it's also graduated. They take a diamond Dremel, and they drill a hole in the middle of that, and they stack a bunch of those on like a piano wire, right? And then they take a flat lap that's got like diamond surface on it, and it has water, so it's wet. So it's a wet flat lap, and they take and they run it back and forth like that, and they'll angle it, and as they put pressure on the top, it kind of makes it skinnier, and then they take less pressure on the bottom until they get it rounded off. So each one of these are actually hand done, and that's why these aren't machine cut. So if they were machine cut, they would all be the same exact width, right? So that just goes to show you, I mean,
that
really,
is love.
truly,
there's energy in that piece.
Yeah, truly, that these are all definitely handcrafted,
I know,
hand-fabricated.
and you've trained me to, you know, turquoise is getting harder and harder for Jay to secure. Remember, that is what he does, and that's how he stumbles upon all the other beautiful pieces, like this, for example. Perfect 5-star rated. This is the blue lace agate and lapis bead 18-inch necklace. This is that soothing, beautiful whisper of blue, and then you've got the punch of the genuine lapis. There's no dyes or that's all God-given color, Jay.
Okay, and what's happened on this, you know, I got this from the original, from George Swanson, from the Swanson families, where this rough came from. This comes out of South Africa. It comes out of a little town, just outside of a little town called Springbok. This is blue lace agate, and this is the finest. This material has been in my collection for at least 10 years, maybe up to 15 years on some of it, the original rough. You won't even see this anymore. Blue lace agate, okay, is exactly that. It's only found where you find blue agates in different places throughout the world, but this is blue lace, and you can see the lacing in this. Do you see the lacing?
You see that?
Here's the rough.
Because it is a graduated design too, you get the bigger, bolder pieces right in the center where everybody's gonna notice, but look at the quality.
Do you see the lace?
Jay.
Okay, now that is what you just don't see anymore. Literally, this mine's been closed for a long time. The Swanson family doesn't, they don't operate it, as far as I know, for a long time. And so what's happened is the blue lace, you don't see it on the commercial market anymore. You used to see it in the 70s, 80s. It was predominant. George was a heck of a marketer. Unfortunately, he's not with us anymore, but George marketed this as the stone of world peace. And if you go to the Smithsonian Institute, I don't know if it's still there, but there used to be a giant sphere, probably the largest sphere ever made, when George was really into, you know, I mean, they were really mining it and getting the big pieces. And he donated that to the Smithsonian. It's a huge sphere, but it was this, he marketed it. This was going to be the stone of world peace. And then if you see what we've done here, it's all graduated, and then you've got the beautiful grade A lapis, Afghani lapis as accent pieces.
Our HSN price is $144. We've basically got a half deal, half price off today.
You can't cut it and build it.
We talked about that in the green room, right, in our meeting.
He's like,
Liz, I can't even, So what a treat today. Remember, $14 to get it home in your hands, to open that box and be taken away by that gorgeous, beautiful, soothing, very peaceful color and the bright A-quality lapis in there. Another little peek ahead that we wanted to give you. Take a look here. This is a 3-strand garnet and tourmaline 18-inch necklace. I love the versatility. You can twist and torsade it, but basically 3 strands of all this pretty color, Jay. I mean, look at how pretty those are.
You know, and tourmaline is one of the, it's one of the, they call it one of the more colorful of all gemstones.
Look at that.
And this is tourmaline. A lot of people refer this as watermelon tourmaline because it's got all the different colors that you might find, like the greens, the reds, the pinks.
I just found one.
In this one, it's kind of like almost the story of tourmaline. It's got, and these are all, what makes this kind of unique and different, these are all the natural little nuggets that we found in this deposit. All we've done to this is literally drilled them, and then we've polished them. So they've actually, they're drilled, and then all we do is we do what they call edge grinding. So we just run them on a lap wheel, smooth them off. We try to leave them as natural as possible. So you get kind of that ethnic feel with this. A great stackable, a great layering piece. All comes, comes with a 2 3/4 inch extender.
Right.
So there again, gives you the versatility if you want to wear a little bit lower. If you want to wear like Lynn right now, she's got it worn like I would, you know, like
That's right.
if you can see how she's accessorized this for the outfit she's wearing, where she's not, she could actually have this down where it's covering the dress, but she's chosen to put it up on her neckline where you can really kind of separate it, and you know, so it gives you that versatility to do that and accessorize with it the way you want to do it.
And how easy to match with every single thing you own, because you get that beautiful array of tourmaline colors in there. We got so much to show you. I really hope you stick around. We'll take a quick little break. Jay, year-end specials coming right back after the break.
One less thing with our Protection Plus plans at HSN. Computers, printers, cameras, fitness equipment, even jewelry can be covered with a plan that offers repair or replacement should something go wrong. And portable electronics feature accidental damage from handling, which covers unintentional mishaps like everyday drops, spills, and cracked screens. Shop smart and protect your purchase. It's easy to add when you're checking out. Search Protection Plus at hsn.com for more details. Don't miss a thing with our HSN app, available on Apple and Android devices. Shop faster than ever with product videos. Watch HSN live anytime, anyplace, and get $10 off your first in-app purchase with code WELCOME10. Opt in to push notifications for early access to exclusive app-only deals. And the shop and search features make finding your favorites easier than ever. Search app on hsn.com to download. Jean Queen Diane Gilman's figure-flattering denim has been a hit since its launch in 1994.
She's back! Diane Gilman!
Join us as we celebrate Diane's 10 millionth pair of jeans sold.
My mission is to make my whole generation of women and anybody coming into that generation feel so much better about aging, about how they look. I'm so inspired by all of you.
We go around the world acquiring different stone. People don't realize these are not renewable resources. When they're gone, they're gone.
Well, you've tuned in. Welcome in. My name is Leslie. I didn't even introduce myself. We were so excited to start the hour. This gentleman is Jay King, and if you're looking for rare, unique gemstones that tell a story, you've tuned in at the right time. For more than 40 years, this man has been traveling the globe finding exquisite pieces, one-of-a-kind pieces, and putting it all into handcrafted jewelry. So welcome, sit back, relax, spend some of your Sunday with us. We're gonna dive into a brand new find as well. Really beautiful. Actually, this one's not new, right, Jay?
They have seen this,
one of the newer
but we really haven't. We really never really had any time to spend on it. It's a combination.
But only airing of the visit.
Yeah,
they haven't seen it.
No, they haven't seen it for the event. In fact, when we showed it before, I think we showed it for like literally 2 minutes, right?
I saw you with Helen. Gosh, let's say what it is. Let me see if I can pull it off.
Right.
So it's that peach stone and phosphosiderite.
That's pretty darn good.
God bless you. Look at what I did. I cut it into syllables.
You got it. You know who I love is like Connie Craig. You know, like she can't say Sujilite. She says sugar light, right? I mean, and I'm the same thing. And here again, you know, I'm not always correct. It's potato, right? On how you say things. Because I say certain things certain ways. Like Chalcedony, I say Chalcedony. Some people say Chalcedony. I mean, there's, you know, it's just however you. But that's very good. Phosphosiderite. That's very good.
You don't have to know how to say it. All you have to know is that this is gorgeous. I love the unique color combination there and palette on this one. So 620190 is your item number. Tell me about this one. We've got it at the lowest price ever, by the way, with an over $60 savings.
You know what's crazy about this is, okay, well, this is peach stone. I know that sounds ridiculous, right? But, okay, that's not originally what we identified it as, but we get everything GIA tested. So not only do we field test it, we do our own test, but everything you ever see on our show here at HSN, anything the mind finds has all been tested by the GIA. It's just the way it is, right? which, you know, it's cool because they do a spectrometer, so they analyze the whole molecular structure of anything. When I first found this, I thought it was peach opal.
Right.
Now, originally, I found peach opal a few years back in Mongolia. We had it one time. It smoked, right? And then I can't tell you the number of people that kept asking me for peach opal. And so of course, they didn't have any more. It was, you know, it was a really small surface deposit. There was no more. So this comes from Madagascar. When I got it, it has all the characteristics of opal. And so I thought it was a form of opal. It does have a lot of silica in it, but that's why we have to call it stone, because it has all kinds of different natural elements, but you can't call it opal. So we call it peach stone. It's hard enough you could facet it. So look at that beautiful faceting. You just, you know, any little movement, and look at that. It just like twinkle in the scars.
And the colors are just delightful.
Well, and then I wanted to accent this with something. So we got this phosphorsiderite from Chile. Now, I have to tell you, you find phosphorsiderite in numerous locations throughout the world, almost every continent. It's always like black, or it's like gray.
That right?
It's black or like gray and green. And it's the most ugly kind of, you know, I've never really done anything with it. So when I first was introduced to this in Chile, and we had it analyzed and it turned out to be phosphorsiderite, I was like blown away. That is the natural color. And for those people out there that are addicted to lavender, in fact, my girlfriend in high school probably, her car was that color.
Really?
It was her
her already.
It was her favorite color, lavender. Literally, she drove a Jeep that was a lavender Jeep.
Good for her.
She probably still has it. I'm not really sure.
That's amazing.
But she loved this lavender color. I love that too. I mean, I just think it's so soft.
Such a pretty
but I think that they're so soft. It's like a really soft pastel colors that really just blends.
Lavender happens to be a color that looks really great on all complexions. It's odd. And you know that they have color correctors in makeup that have lavender that make your skin look even brighter.
And see,
so
that's cool that you know that. But to tell you the truth, I don't wear makeup unless I have to come on air.
Well, I'm just telling you, that's why it looks so good on every. Yeah, there's color correcting makeup. That's this color because it looks so good on all women and complexions. So, I mean, look at these beautiful, because that peach stone alone, I mean, just the softest, most kind of cashmeres and peaches and taupey colors. I mean, it's very, very beautiful and feminine. And then you've got the pop of that pretty bright lavender. This is a beautiful price today. It's basically half off or almost half off.
You really,
right?
You would have a very tough time actually making this.
Yeah. I know. And all the beads hand cut, hand faceted, so they sparkle even more. They have more brilliance. I love how different, you didn't just give us any phosphorsiderite.
Yeah.
God bless you.
No,
but
this only comes
different beads as well.
No, I have to tell you, most phosphorsiderite, well, 100% of all the phosphorsiderite I've ever seen before, I never would put it in a design. This, and you know, this is natural, but it's so clean.
Oh, it's so pretty.
And it's so clean, and it looks like it's been color enhanced or something, but it's not. That is the natural color of that. Isn't that just a trip?
What a neutral it is. You know, how easy it is to wear with everything you own because of those neutral colors of the peach stone. It's 620190, 18-inch design. You do have that extender on it as well to make it a little longer. 5 flex means $15.98. And you're putting it on your neck and trying it on. Look at this, how exciting. So this is turquoise and multi-gemstone in this 18-inch strand. What are those multi-gemstones, Jay?
On this, I can't really, is that amber?
So it looks like amber, and it looks like carnelian. Is that right or no?
No, that's, okay, so that's red, that's red opal from Mexico, that's amber. So red opal, amber, turquoise, and then that's lapis.
Look how pretty. Look at all of the natural colors of that beautiful turquoise, right? With all that pretty character. And then those pops, those little station pops of color there. This is available for you at a crazy deal of $70. We brought it down from $119.90 to $70. Remember, year-end specials, you will not see many of these designs ever again. Okay. And you certainly won't see these prices.
But just think about this, okay? What's the main component in that design? Turquoise, correct?
Turquoise, lots of it.
When have you ever seen me make a single strand of turquoise and be able to sell it for
under
this
$100
cost? Right.
Never.
So the thing is, it's impossible, right? And also, these aren't just nuggets. These are shaped beads.
That's right.
So those all had to be, that all had to be cut, and they're all hand shaped. They're all cut by hand. They're all, you know, so they're, you know, if you look, if I just set and I broke it down for you, just what the sterling silver enhancer finding costs, and I broke this all down, you would see how crazy that price is. You couldn't even make it for that. You couldn't even buy the materials.
That's right.
And be able to put it together and sell it for that price.
And if you stumbled into one of those boutiques where they sell this beautiful contemporary or Southwest designs, I mean, have you ever walked in there and seen the prices there? I mean, impossible to ever do a price like this. If you want this strand, it's item 588969. Of course, this is one of the goodies as part of our year-end specials that you just don't see these markdowns. And you know, nothing wrong with it the first time around. It's just that there's so much stuff online as well.
Well, you know what happens is when these clearance items, what it is, it's not that they didn't sell well. It's that we have, you know, we don't have enough to really air them.
That's right.
You know, so what we're doing is they just blow them out. And that's because they just have, maybe they just have a few. There's no way to, and this isn't anything that I couldn't remake it. You know, if I could actually probably remake this design, but there's no way. It would have to be at the original HSN price, which, just so you know, that is so, you know, those are unbelievable values. Do you know, like, people that I know, I've made so many friends over the years, and they look at those prices and then they order, maybe they order something, they're a friend, and they go, you know, to be honest with you, I just ordered, I really thought for that price,
I gotta get it.
This is gonna be some little dinky thing or something, because they'll be honest with you. And they said, when I got it, I couldn't believe it. And then, but it's just
so
the way that we work.
You've got me so hooked on turquoise as well, so that's available for you.
Do you love this or not?
Look at this too. By the way, some very important gemstones in here from the beryl family. So of course we've got the aquamarine, we've got the beautiful morganite in there, and then right in the center, it's like a little kiss from Jay. You gotta have some turquoise in there as well.
And that's Chilean.
Oh, it's
Indian
beautiful.
blue.
Look at those pretty colors, how elegant they are. All sterling silver, lots of silver, by the way. And if you've never bought a cuff from Jay, this is the day you try it out at this price, because Jay makes cuffs very differently. Have you ever moved a cuff or tried to adjust a cuff and you've popped a stone and it's been very frustrating? There's a way he does them that makes his cuffs, I mean, literally, like #1 in the world, Jay. So I'd love for you to explain that process,
Okay,
but
well,
look at that,
you see this,
25 to get it.
You know, Leslie has a very petite wrist, okay? You can't really call my wrist petite, all right? She can put this on, pop it on, okay? I could wear this too. And the key here is, and this goes back old school, and this is where we're different than most people. We're very niche on our business. We make all of our, the majority of everything that we have. We do some castings to use up the scrap, but the majority of what we do, the vast majority, is all hand done from sterling silver sheet material.
See that?
And this is sheet material that we give to our silversmiths, and then they hand create it from that sheet. That's all made to our specifications in a foundry in the United States, and then our silversmiths work with that. I don't know anywhere in the world that you can go buy sheet silver. Some of that I have seen, it's like aluminum foil. You can take it literally and wad it up into a ball. This is all annealed and everything. It's made to our specifications. Then what's cool, okay, so number one, to make our jewelry, you have to have silversmiths. If you cast or stamp, you don't need silversmiths. With all of our jewelry designs, and that's where our forte is, it's old school art. Then we combine this, and I designed this, and I picked this. So in the centerpiece, you have that beautiful blue Chilean turquoise. Then you've got that aquamarine, that comes from a deposit, which is in northwestern China, but it's right on the border. If you go over the mountain, on top of the mountain, you're in Pakistan. That's how, I mean, it's way up in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
And then you've got that beautiful morganite, and that comes from Mozambique. And I was down there doing a sapphire deal when we ran in. The guy who was mining the sapphire actually mined the morganite too. So I was able to get that material. So you got that beautiful, and morganite, just so you know, is in the beryl family.
That's right.
Same as emerald,
That's right.
So the beryl, part of the emerald family.
Very important gemstone family, right. So aquamarine is in that family as well. They're called beryls, and you love them. We know you love aqua, right? So pretty and mystical. We know we love peach morganite morganite, I mean, it's one of the most popular, people are getting engaged now with morganite rings, right? It's such a big deal. And then you've got that pop of turquoise. There are 5 of those square multicolored gemstones, all bezel set by hand. And I love the slimmer design, Jay. Not everybody loves a big, bold cuff. Sometimes you just want a little something.
Well, you know, like to tell you the truth on these cuffs, the one thing, okay, that I wear, I always wear a watch. Probably shouldn't because, you know, I'm never on time.
Yeah, because you got no excuse, Jay.
I wear a watch. I always wear cuffs. I probably have,
beautiful.
I bet I have 50 cuffs in my collection. I always, you'll see me out, when you see me out, I always have a cuff bracelet. It's just something I have. Also custom belt buckles. You know, I'm from the Southwest. We all have to have, especially the bigger the buckle to kind of hide your stomach, right? So, you know, that's what it is. I'm cluing you in on really the reason why we wear them. Okay, so this is like, you know, now you're part of the group, you know,
the circle of trust.
But you know, my point is on this cuff, this is actually something that I designed even kind of for myself. Like I've got this in turquoise, I've got it in lapis.
Oh, it's beautiful, and what a great price today. Now we are moving on to my birthstone, also that aquamarine. Remember, same member of the gemstone family as the very expensive emeralds of the world. This is a graduated bead design. It is 20 inches in the length with a 2 3/4 inch extender. But look at the quality of that aquamarine is what I want to focus on, Jay.
All right.
Right, because sometimes it's very washed out.
Okay, this is the rough. Now when I cut this, okay, because that is the actual natural rough. So you're saying, well, that's darker. Well, when I cut that, it's going to kind of go to like those blue. You might have a dark blue here and there, but it'll go from like a creamy blue. But this is really super. A nice grade of aqua.
Yes,
before, I got to tell you, before 2 years ago, what did you ever see with me with aquamarine? Anytime I designed it, it was all chips, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Small nuggets,
that's right.
and it was always like waterfall type necklaces, that kind of thing, right? A couple of years back, I was actually going to Mongolia. We were on doing a Mongolian turquoise deal when this was presented to me, and this. It's really unique. It comes from a small village. They literally hike up a path. They can't mine about half the year because it's under snowpack. But how they get to it is there's literally a trail. And it's you know, I would say it's at least 20 miles. They walk back up. They go. You can see the kind of the trail going up the mountain and stuff. They go up there. They pack in all their food. They pack in all their water, everything they need. When they mine, this is all done by hand. This is pick, shovel, pry bar. There's no machinery whatsoever. So think about this on this aqua, and I think the reason that I get the grade that I get is if you've got to carry what you just mined down on your back, think about this.
Yeah.
Think about it. Are you gonna bring low grade? Are you gonna bring things that people are gonna go, well, I'm not sure, or are you gonna bring the best of the best that you got? And that's why because with aqua you see a lot of garbage, and with them you don't see it. I mean, it's all like what I would consider the top grades that they have available, and that's because they actually cob it there on site. So they cob it and they break away. They don't bring any of the lower grade. They try to get all the high grade.
Let's talk too. I mean, these are not, you know, resin beads. This is the real gemstone, and there's certainly an energy that you feel.
This is
when
almost
you wear
a costume
like
price,
right?
Okay, that would be glass.
Yeah, that's right.
It would be glass. It wouldn't be even the real deal.
And it's so fresh and so beautiful. It's a modern day, you know, take on a pearl strand. I mean, it's so fun, and the quality of that. If you're like me and you maybe it's your birthstone like me, and you've looked for aquamarine strands, you just don't find this quality, Jay. So to get it for under $100, remember, we have 3 independent appraisals when it comes to our appraisal process. The $210 was the lowest price we got back.
Right.
I wish I could tell you what the highest price was.
Well, even the appraisals, we take the lowest out of the 3. But even some of these low appraisals, I got to tell you, I'm not going to call them, but sometimes you just want to call them up and say, please show me any store that you could go in and even, even come close to that. This material, this rough, is not cheap. Like I said, we're at the source when we buy it. So that's how we kind of get over.
And do you see how it's almost a neutral? Any color
it goes
I put
with
there,
almost anything.
You see that? How easy it is to wear. You feel like you're walking around, like you're a mermaid. It's so pretty with those mystical blues, those very soothing blues, Jay. I mean, I really love, it's for a lot of people, their favorite gemstone. And look at the quality once again. I mean, you're seeing real blue, not washed out,
right.
not white,
What I
not
love with
pale.
this too, these are things you're gonna accessorize with, right? It's not something, the biggest thing, it's not gonna just sit in your jewelry box, right? These are things that are great standalone pieces or that you can layer with. It's just
Without a doubt.
something that's totally functional.
Without a doubt. It is so beautiful, but very, very limited on that one. It is a treasure. From that treasure, we're moving on to, if you're loving the blues, we've got you covered with whatever gemstone strikes you. Take a look at this one. Once again, we gave you a peek. Everybody, I think, what, over 200, Catherine, were spoken for? 300 from a peak. We didn't even get into it. This is blue lace agate, the best quality you will ever find, with the pops of the lapis beads in there, all natural, God-given color. It is 18 inches on the strand. It's basically half off our HSN price. And Jay, it really is so pretty to get that brightness
Okay,
on the
and here
neckline
again, I want
reflecting up,
everybody
yeah.
to understand this, okay? You can't even buy this material on the commercial market.
That's right.
When I say commercial market, I mean people that are in the lapidary business, that stockpile, that have the different rough materials. You know, that's their business. You go to Tucson Gem and Mineral Show. If you've never been, put it on your bucket list. It's coming first part of February. And you'll see what I'm talking about. There's literally thousands, maybe even thousands and thousands of vendors that's what they do. They sell the rough material.
That's right.
They don't have this.
Right.
When you go to Tucson, you won't see blue lace agate like this. This comes, some of this material that in this necklace, I've had in my warehouse for 15 years.
My gosh, look at that.
The last time that I bought any, it's got to be over 10 years ago. You don't see this anymore. All the stuff that you're seeing in blue, what they call blue lace, it only comes from that one location in the entire world in South Africa. It's all washed out. They don't have any of the lacing in it. So this is kind of the final hurrah for me for this. I'll do full inventory in January, but I might have a few hundred kilos of this left.
That's all
so
natural.
Down the road, now we've already built things for next year, so you might see some I can't really remember. We've already written half the year. We're working on the last half right now. But this is something eventually you're just not going to see it anymore.
And Jay, you were saying there's no rest for you. Like, you won't be back at HSN until the Tucson Gem event, so in February. You're not resting now. We're still working on next year. I mean, there's a lot going on here, but to see this, I mean, basically, get it now or it's
Yeah,
gone,
I don't.
right? I mean,
I'm always. We're always in motion.
That doesn't sleep, doesn't rest. I want whatever you're having. I'm not sure how he does
we're
it.
always in motion. Everybody, and not just me. I mean, it's like a, like if you. And here again, I do the easy part of this, right? We have a great family that works very, very hard. I'm so fortunate to be surrounded by so many talented people that really actually are so enthusiastic and really make this all happen. So isn't that cool though? What a great look.
Well,
I love that lapis accent, but I just love this material.
Yeah, and you're working with the best. If you're buying jewelry today, please understand you're getting it from a gentleman who's dedicated his life to finding these unique finds. Super talented artists and artisans creating these by hand for you. So what a treat. And they do have an energy. When a piece is handcrafted, you feel really special when you put it on. It's cool to the touch, you feel regal. One more little look at this guy here. So it's the turquoise and multi-gemstone. And Jay,
so you got amber, you've got
a little lapis,
red opal,
right?
and lapis.
Yep.
And then, but I guess the key thing is, I remember designing this. I designed this about a year and a half ago. It's so funny how things I remember. I might know somebody for years and years and I can't remember their last name, but I can see a design and I can remember when I did it.
I know, it's pretty
weird?
remarkable how
Isn't
you
that
pull
weird?
that off.
I don't know why. I don't know why. I've got a strange mind.
That's good. Keep the mind busy and young.
But if you look at this, what's the predominant thing you see in the design?
Yeah, turquoise.
Turquoise, right?
A lot of it.
So go back and think about this. Okay, when have you ever seen me? And this is really a nice blue turquoise. This is all the natural colors. And then you've got just those, I just wanted to do some accents for the colors, but I also made a multi so that it gives it more, it's very functional. Look at the quality of this turquoise. And also, what is the biggest waste of rough? You've heard me say this over and over and over again. Cutting any kind of shaped bead, right? Like a round bead. So you see it goes from round beads into more of what we call a fat tire rondelle. tell.
That's right.
But if you look at these and you see some of them are a little fatter.
That's right.
They are graduated, some of them are a little thinner. That's indicative. That's how you know if something's hand done.
That's right.
If they're machine made, they'll be more perfect. When they're done by hand, you're going to see that, those little imperfections, and that's because they're carefully made one at a time by hand.
So what a treat today. You get that strand of turquoise, a more demure strand too, that's very everyday wearable, Jay. You got that elegance of the multicolored gemstones in there. It is a customer pick, and today we've got it at a clearance price of $70 for
And
a
here,
strand
clearance
of turquoise.
doesn't mean bad. It just
That's
means
right.
that we don't have enough to
give it a full airing.
To air,
That's
and
right.
I can't bring it back, or if I did, it would have to be at the original price,
Last
which is a
chance on
great
it.
price. It's not going to be this price. You can't build it for the prices that they sell this on clearance.
I know.
You can't even buy the materials.
To you and me, today's the day they have to be shopping. Remember, too, if you're just tuning in, all J. King on 5 flexible payments. You get 5 months to pay these pieces off. Only 1 shipping fee to ship all your J. King treasures, so you'll only pay $5 once for shipping, and then all your J. King pieces are coming for free shipping and handling after that first piece. So 588969 is your item number. If you're tuning in, welcome into HSN. My name is Leslie. We get to spend a little bit of our Sunday with J. King. This is a man who's dedicated over 40 years to exploring the world. Many of those locales he flies himself to, by the way. I mean, he is our very own, world explorer, rock hound, and he brings us these unique, beautiful gemstones, all the pieces handcrafted. If you love